Where there is a will, there is a way. Because the modern day Lord and Savior, NBA Youngboy, recently dropped his project, The Last Slimeto. So NBA Youngboy, you've heard of him, I've heard of him of course, and really he has the whole culture in the palm of his hands right now. I haven't seen so much support from a group of people for one individual at this scale since Michael Jackson, man. Let's just be real. This man Kentrell has the youth in a chokehold, and obviously for good reason. You know, he's made good music over the years, and I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys a story. I don't listen to NBA Youngboy like that, all right? I can't even say that until today I've listened to a full NBA Youngboy album. But with all the recent events that's been going on in the past couple of years, you know, all of the things going around NBA Youngboy's name and how much support he's gained over the years, I'd be doing myself a disservice if I didn't sit down and see why they called this man a GOAT. So that's what I did, man. I sat down and I listened to the full Slimeto album, and I'm here to tell you guys my opinions on this album. Now, really, this video is for the people that haven't listened to the album but plan to, or even if you have listened to the album and you just, you know, want some second opinions on it, you know, see what other people think about it. I'm going to be brutally honest. I'm going to share with you guys what I think about this album. Keep in mind, this is coming from a not very avid NBA Youngboy listener. I've heard some songs in the past. Like I said, I never listened to a full NBA Youngboy album before. And if I'm being even more honest, I got to say I went into this album with a negative connotation on this man because, you know, a lot of his music, he does this voice, like a high-pitched voice where he's like screaming, and I don't really like that. And that's kind of really why I never got into his music, because that voice that he does where he's like screaming in like a high-pitched voice trying to sound like Playboy Cardi, I wasn't a fan of that. But nevertheless, with all of the disclaimers out of the way, now that you know how I went into this album feeling, let's get into the album. Also, man, I'm just gonna keep one of these, you feel me, just right here next to me, because I know how y'all see now we feels about YouTubers that don't like his music. So, you know, I'm just keep that there for reassurance. So first things first, off the bat, we got the cover art for this album. We got NBA Youngboy in a black background wearing a black leather jacket. Hold on, you trying to look like me or something? But I like this cover art. It's a really good picture of him. You know, I'm a fan of leather jackets myself, obviously, but you know, this is a good photo of him. So this album is 30 tracks long, and it's an hour and 30 minutes. So if you plan on listening to it from start to finish, you might want to clear your schedule for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? He only has 3 features, and that's from Kehlani, 𝘍𝑌𝑉, and 𝘍𝑈𝑉. Pretty decent features, not gonna lie. But let's be real, man. Nobody listens to Kentrell for no features, bro. He does good on his own. That's what his fan base likes, at least. So going into the album, I thought it was gonna be an entire playlist of just like trap music, you know, just stuff you would play when you about to slide on the aisle. So you playing the game, you playing an intense game or something like that. But it started off with the track I Know, and I Know was really more of a personal song, you know. It was him venting about his feelings on it. It didn't really have a beat. It was kind of more just like a lo-fi sample, and he was just rapping over it, and it was beautiful, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it was beautiful. So that kind of caught me off guard in a good way. You know, I was glad to see that the album started off at a good pace, you know, slow pace. And I'm not quite sure if he made any music like this in the past, but if this is his first time, he did really well with this opening track. So the first song I liked on the album was actually the second track on here called Hold Your Own. And I think he did really good with going back and forth between the sample and just spitting a verse, you know. I like that, and it was good to listen to. Really, the first 5 tracks on this album was just smooth. It was smooth sailing. It wasn't nothing crazy, but it wasn't nothing bad, right? Nothing bad that I heard in the past, at least. Then we got to track 6. Now track 6 is called Freedom Fives, and I didn't like it, bro, because it was that yelling, annoying voice that he does in some of his music. This might have even been the song that I heard in the past that I didn't like. I don't know, but it doesn't sit right with me, bro. It gives me a headache when I was listening to it. So that was the first song I could definitely say that I just did not like on the album. But then we went to the next song, and that's called My Go-To, and that's featuring Kehlani. And that was a pretty smooth song. I like it, man. It wasn't nothing bad, nothing crazy, but you know, it was just something you would play, like, you know, when you're riding with your girl, because you know it's about being booed up. That's what the song's about, just being with your girl, you know what I'm saying? Kehlani did a good job. I don't listen to Kehlani that much, so I don't know like what her style is and all that, but you know, for the song she did real good. That's all I can say. So track 8 is called Lost Soul Survivor, and I gotta say, man, this is probably my favorite song on the album. It's catchy, the beat is nice, the flow is good. Like, it really just checks off all my boxes for a song that I put in my playlist. And it was actually the only song that I put in my playlist. I just kind of spoiled it a little bit, but you know, my bad. The next few tracks, 𝘕𝑉𝑒𝑛, 𝐿𝑒𝑉𝑒𝑛, I forgot the other ones, but they were decent. I don't really remember how they went because it wasn't really that that crazy, but I would have noted if it was bad. So those songs were decent. And track 13, Home Ain't Home with 𝘍𝑌𝑉, was a good song, man. It was a really good song. It's somewhat of an emotional song, so it's not something you would just play to turn up, but it's really good to listen to, man. It's an easy listening song. As far as the 𝘍𝑌𝑉 feature, if you've heard 3 𝘍𝑌𝑉 songs in your life, then you can pretty much guess how he's going to sound in this song, bro. Like, the beats even sounds like a 𝘍𝑌𝑉 type beat, you know? So you can pretty much guess how he's going to sound. And that's not throwing shots at 𝘍𝑌𝑉, you feel me? It works for 𝘍𝑉, so, you know, why change it? The next few tracks, like Digital and Slow Down, were kind of underwhelming. They weren't anything crazy from NBA Youngboy. Kind of felt like generic NBA Youngboy songs. But they're safe songs that you could put on the aux, you know, nothing crazy. If you ride with the homies and they pass you the aux, you can put those songs on. So track 18 was kind of interesting, and that's a song with Quavo called Don't Rate Me. Oh, my shotgun just fell, man. Don't tell me you're Youngboy. Don't let him slide on me while I'm picking up the gun. So Don't Rate Me is actually a really catchy song. It's kind of a weird song, bro, because it don't even sound like an NBA Youngboy song. The hook sounds like something out of like a Disney Channel movie or something, bro. Like, you can't tell me you wouldn't hear this song at the end of a Disney Channel movie when they're rolling the credits.
Don't rate me. And I come in purple and blue. Hold on my head to tell them don't rate me.
It fits. It fits. So yeah, that kind of made me laugh when I listened to it, but it's a good song. It's catchy, you feel me? This is probably the song that they're gonna put on the radio because it wasn't even that much cussing in it. So yeah, man, the first 18 tracks, I gotta say, were good, right? They were good. Nothing crazy, nothing above and beyond, but they were good. Like, I would play a majority of these songs again. Now, I gotta be real with you here, y'all. And I know if you an NBA Youngboy fan, you might disagree with what I'm about to say. Everything after track 18, except maybe I Hate Youngboy, because that was it was a controversial song, was just mid to okay, right? Not even good, mid to okay. I sat down and listened to this track for an hour and 30 minutes, but I can't even, if you told me to name the song that you were playing out of every song from track 18 and above, like you just played the song and asked me to name what song this was, I couldn't even tell you. You get a lot of recycled flows, recycled voices, but you know, there's a little bit of change up, I ain't gonna lie, but the changes ain't substantial enough for me to be able to like differentiate these songs from each other, really, because they kind of sound like each other, most of them. So I really don't have much to say about the second half of this album, really, other than I Hate Youngboy, because that was a funny song, I ain't gonna lie. But I think that's just kind of what happens with longer albums, you know. When you have like 30 tracks, you know, you're just gonna end up having a lot of songs that kind of sound similar, whether it's with the beats or with the flows, or, you know, it's only so much that one person can do. But I'm just here to be honest with you guys and share with you my real opinion. Yeah, let me just after saying that, I should probably just keep this right here. You know what I'm saying? So with all of that being said, what would I rate this album out of 10? 10 being the best, 0 being the worst. For my first NBA Youngboy album that I've ever listened to from start to finish, at least, I would say the Last Slimeto gets a 7. All right? I think that if you are a heavy NBA Youngboy listener, a lot of these songs you probably won't enjoy as much as you'd want to. You feel me? Because some of them kind of seem recycled and reused, but the good songs on here are really good. You know, like I said, I would put what's the song, Soul Survivor, I put that in my playlist already. Like, that's a good song. Now, do I think NBA Youngboy lives up to this GOAT status that, you know, everybody likes to put him on nowadays? To answer that question, I gotta say that I think NBA Youngboy is a great artist. He's extremely talented, extremely smart, you know, to be able to get where he is right now. You gotta have a brain. But I'd be lying to you if I said that I think NBA Youngboy is the GOAT of this genre of rap, of music. You feel me? GOAT meaning the greatest of all time. I think he's one of the best at this genre. But I don't think that he is the best. You feel me? I think he's one of the best. Like, when you talk about, like, there's like a Mount Rushmore of like gangster rap, he's definitely on one of those faces. But the best, nah. That being said, I enjoyed listening to most of this album. You know, hopefully if you listen to it, you enjoyed it. But yeah, that's what I think about the album, really, man. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. If you stayed this far into the video, I appreciate it. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, man, I'll see y'all.